Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sumukhascha Ekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakaha Lambodharascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha Dhumaketurganadhyakshaha Palachandro Gajananaha Vakratundaha Surpakarno Herambah Skandapurvajaha Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye Yasyat Varadavaktradhya Parishadhya Parasatam Vignam Nignanti Satatam Vishvaksenam Tamastraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Aklishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedhyaya Gurave Buddhi Sakshine Krishnadvaipaya Namvyasam Sarvabhuta Hiteratam Vedabcha Bhaskaram Bande Samadhi Nilayam Munim Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Now with Bhagavan's grace, let us take up the first slokam of Adhyayam 1, Chapter 1 in Skandham 3, third Skandham. Sri Sukha Uvacha, Sri Sukha said, Yevam etat pura prishtaha Maitreyaha Bhagavan kilaha Chatra vanam pravishtena tyaktva svagraham ruddhimata Yevam etat pura prishtaha Maitreyaha Bhagavan kilaha Chatra vanam pravishtena tyaktva svagraham ruddhimata. Now Sukha said, when after leaving his house of plenty, of prosperous life that he was leading, Vidura, and he went to live as a hermit in the forest. And Vidura put these very questions to the sage Maitreya, is what Sukha said. What are the questions that's coming now? So Vidura left his place of wealth and prosperity, went to the forest to lead the life of a hermit, of a renunciant. He met Maitreya there, and then he asked him these very questions. Evam, thus, evam, thus, and one second. Evam, thus, etat here, pura before, like earlier, prishtaha Maitreyaha Bhagavan kilaha. In earlier days, thus in evam here, Bhagavan Maitreyaha Bhagavan kilaha. Prishtaha means being asked by. When being asked, somebody has to answer, right? When being asked, Maitreya, the great sage Bhagavan Maitreya, the great sage Maitreya, he certainly, Chatra, he denotes Vidura. When Vidura, Vanam Pravishtena, he entered the forest, Tyaktva Svagraham Ruddhimata. Ruddhimata means prosperous, very wealthy. And Svagraham, his own house, which was, his place was kingdom where he was living. It was very prosperous, very wealthy. But that Tyaktva he left, the Chatra is Vidura left that, and Vanam Pravishtena, Vanam, he entered the forest. And then by the questions were asked by him, asked by that Chatra, by that Vidura, Maitreya, Bhagavan Maitreya, the great Bhagavan, the most illustrious, the effulgent Maitreya, certainly he answered these questions. The same questions were put to Maitreya by Vidura. What are those questions that we're going to see now? In number 2. When the Supreme Lord Krishna went as an emissary. Sukha is continuing. When he went as an emissary of your grandfather to Duryodhana's court, what did he do? He rejected Duryodhana's invitation to his palace. Instead, he preferred to stay in Vidura's house because he thought he considered that to be his own house. So holy was Vidura, the home with Vidura. Now, that house he abandoned to go to the forest. That is what Slokam number 2 says. Riddhimata, not only in terms of prosperity, of material prosperity, but Riddhimata in the prosperity of holiness and sacredness, where Bhagavan himself chose to come and stay there. Yat vai ayam mantrakrute vaha Bhagavan akile swaraha pauravendra graham hitva pravivesa atmasat krutam. Yat vai ayam mantrakrute vaha Bhagavan akile swaraha pauravendra graham hitva pravivesa atmasat krutam. Yet the house, why, what more can I say is what Sukamuni is saying. Sometimes, we say the truth, but what more can I say? That speaks for itself. But that meaning here for why. I am the Sri Krishna, Bhagavan, so Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Akhileswaraha. He is the Akhileswaraha. He is the Lord of the whole universe. Now, Vaha. Vaha means here you all. Here he means the Parikshit's grandfather, the Pandavas. Okay. So Mantrakrita, acting as an emissary, as a minister. Pauravendra Graham Hitva. Pauravendra means Duryodhana. And Duryodhana's Graham, his house, Hitva, not accepting it, giving it up, rejecting it. What did Krishna do? Pravivesa Atmasat Kratam. He entered the house of Vidura, Atmasat, considering that to be his own house. Kratam, he accepted. When Bhagavan Krishna decided to go as a messenger of peace, Swami is a Nataka Sutradhari. He is perfect in propriety, in etiquette, in all the etiquettes, in the conduct to be followed. He is an exemplar, the example of everything. So he just did not get into a chariot and then go and see Duryodhana. He spoke to each one of the Pandavas. And every one of them, the Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sakadeva, Sahadeva, everybody was saying, yes, we are not interested in getting our land back or our kingdom back and all that. Even just 5 small villages, small towns is enough for us, because there are 5 of us. So we don't want war. Nobody wants war. Okay? We want peace. So Krishna talked to Yudhishthira, he gave the same message. He talked to Bhima, he gave the same message. Yes, even Bhima, the most ever ready fighter, he said, no, I just want peace. I don't want a battle. I don't want a war. Then Arjuna said the same thing, Nakula said the same thing. And then when Krishna Bhagavan came to Sahadeva and asked him, what do you think? What is your opinion? You think you should go on a message of carrying a message of peace, or would you rather not do it? And then Sahadeva, instead of answering him, he laughed loud. He laughed loudly. Krishna said, why are you laughing? I didn't crack a joke or anything, asked you a serious question. Sahadeva said, Krishna, who are you kidding? No, nothing happens without your will. Not even a dot can move. Okay, and I know that. And now here you're pretending as if you're going on a message of peace and all that. But you know very well whether it is peace or whether it is war, it is going to happen exactly as you designed it, as you intended, as you wanted. So Krishna was very happy with this answer. That's what happened before he went. Now, as he was going there, the Duryodhana, along with his brothers, he plotted. Obviously, an evil mind always thinks only evil designs. Okay? And so they said, Krishna is coming, so we're going to humiliate him. That's what they said, because coming as a messenger of peace, and he's very partial to Pandavas and all that, so let him come. We will show him his place. And so that was the grandest plan they had. And how were they going to humiliate him? And Duryodhana told his brothers, as soon as Krishna enters the hall where they're all seated, none of you should get up. Everybody be seated. That will be the sign of disrespect and a sign of humiliation to him. Everybody agreed. Then Krishna entered. The chariot came and he entered. And of course, effulgence, Jyoti itself, with such a prasanna vadanam and spreading laughter and humor and joy and cheer. The very look, the face itself brings so much light into the room and all that. Such beautifully entered. The moment he entered, Duryodhana and all his brothers, including Sakuni and Karna and everybody, they all jumped up from their seats, folded their hands in namaskaram. This is what divinity does to you. When divinity passes by, impossible for you not to do namaskaram. Not impossible. Automatically you will do. So that's how their plan for humiliating Krishna failed. Then for that night, Duryodhana offered him, please, you can stay here, you travel the long distance and all that. At that time, Krishna rejected his offer. And instead, he went and spent that night in Vidura's house, because he considered Vidura as his own, Vidura's house as his own. Vidura was such a noble soul, the one person who spoke against the war. And to Dhritarashtra, his eldest brother, he said, what you're doing is adharma. And when nobody listened to him, he said, I will not be a witness to this atrocity. And then so he left. So that's what happened. So here Sukha is narrating that in the second slokam. Yet why ayam mantrakrutaha vaha Bhagavan akilesvaraha Pauravendra griham hitva pravivesa atmasat krutam. And number 3, now when Sukha said like this, Raja Uvacha, King Parikshit said, Kutra Kshattuhu Bhagavata Maitreyena Asa Sangamaha Kadava Saga Samvada Yetat Varnaya Naha Prabho. Kutra Kshattuhu Bhagavata Maitreyena Asa Sangamaha Kadava Saga Samvada Yetat Varnaya Naha Prabho. And number 3 is, O great one, he says, addressing Sukha, the king is speaking. When did Vidura meet Maitreya? When did the conversation between them take place? Please describe all this to me. That's the 2 questions. When did they meet? And when did the conversation take place? Okay, Kadava. Okay. And Kutra Chattuhu. Kutra means where. Chattuhu Vidura. Bhagavata Maitreyena. The Bhagavan Maitreya, Asa means as it was, Sangamaha, the meeting. So when did the meeting take place between Vidura and Bhagavan Maitreya? Kadava Saga Samvada, Kada when Saha together, the Samvada, the discussion, when did the discussion take place? Etat, all this, Naha to us, O Prabho, O great one, my master, Naha Varnaya, to us, describe to us. Kutra Kshattuhu Bhagavata Maitreyena Asa Sangamaha Kadava Saha Samvada Etat Varnaya Naha Prabho. Then number 4. Then he continues. He says, Vidura was so pure-minded. So the questions he would have put forward to Maitreya naturally must be of great significance. Only a pure-minded noble soul is asking another noble soul. What subject are they going to talk about? They'll be talking only about noble subject, great significance. And not only that, these subjects are such that they are fit to receive the serious attention. Every good and holy person must pay tremendous attention to this. Because the asker, the question asker is a noble soul. And the person to whom it's asked is also a noble soul, highly experienced and very well qualified to provide the answers. The subject matter must be very, very noble and sacred and extremely beneficial. So every person who's good and noble-minded must pay attention to this. Great detail, very important. Must be very attentive. That's what he says. So, number 4, Nahi alpa artha udayaha tasya vidurasya amalat manah tasmin variyasi prasnaha sadhu vada upabrahmhitaha upabrahimtaha. Nahi alpa artha udayaha tasya vidurasya amalat manah tasmin variyasi prasnaha sadhu vada upabrahimtaha. Now, sadhu vada upabrahim saha means it is something that is approved by sages and rishis and saints and all that. Okay, what is it? Nahi alpa artha. That's nahi, not, certainly not. Alpa artha, of low essence, of tucham, of insignificant matter. Okay, udayaha. 1 second, hold on. Okay. Now, Udayaha, Tasya Vidurasya Amalatmanaha. Amalatmanaha, that means pure-hearted, without any impurities. That Viduraha, that Tasya Vidurasya, that Vidura's questions, Nahi Alpa Artha Udayaha, they would not be born out of very insignificant, irrelevant essence. That means they are of supreme significance. Tasmin, those questions, Variyasi prasnaha. Variyasi means great. This great Maitreya, prasnaha has been asked to him. So, the questions asked by this pure-hearted Vidura and the question asked too by the great soul Maitreya, both are, and a subject matter cannot be alpam. It has something of great significance. And this is something sadhu vada upabrahim kaha. It's approved by the sages and the saints. So such a exalted conversation it must have been. Nahi alpa artha udayaha tasya vidurasya amalatmanaha tasmin variyasi prasnaha sadhu vada upabrahimtaha. Now, Suta uvacha. So this is what Sukha told, and then Raja asked. Then Suta now says, Saha evam rishivaryaha ayam prashtaha rajnya parikshita Pratyaha tam subahuvite pritatma sruyatam iti. Saha evam rishivaryaha ayam prashtaha rajnya parikshita. Pratyaha tam subahuvite pritatma sruyatam iti. Saha, that Suta is speaking. And the Saha evam rishivaryaha ayam prashtaha. Rishivaryaha means greatest among rishis. This is Sukhamuni. Evam, thus. Ayam here. Saha by Rajnya Parikshita. Saha, that Sukhamuni. Rajnya Parikshita by the king Parikshit. Prashtaha being asked. Pratyaha replied. Come to that king, Subahuvite. Now, a question is asked, and the answer giver must be qualified to give the answer, isn't it? It's very important. It's very, very important. And so, Subahuvite, this Rishi Varyaha, the Sukhamuni, is Subahuvite, highly experienced and most qualified. Sukhamani, Pritatma, he was so pleased by king's questions. Then he said, Sruyatam, listen carefully, is what Sukhamani told Parikshit iti. Thus, He said, listen carefully, he said. Saha evam rishivarjah ayam prashtah rajnya parikshita pratyaha tam subahuvite pritatma suyatam iti. Sri Sukha uvacha. Now, Sukha Muni now continues. So Suta said, Sukha was very happy, pleased with the questions. That Sukha was the most qualified to answer this. Because he was so pleased with the questions, when the student asks a good question, the teacher is so happy. And when the student is sincerely interested, the teacher is so happy. Even though the teacher may not be highly capable, those are all irrelevant. What is important is sincerity. The sincerity is the most important, and second is the effort. So when the sincerity is there, and the commitment and the proper humility, vinayam, everything associated with that, the teacher is so happy, priyatam. When the teacher is happy, he teaches everything that he knows. Okay, this is the important relationship between a student and a teacher that we must all learn. If you want to learn something, you must always please the teacher. And please the teacher not in a hypocritical manner, but not in a superficial manner. So the teacher knows, but you must please him sincerely, the sincerity. So Pritatma, having been pleased with him, so Sukha very happily said, Sruyata, please, now listen carefully. So he speaks. Yadatu Raja Sasutan Asadhun Pushnan na dharmena vinashta drishtihi bhratuhu yavishtasya sutan vibandhun pravesya laksha bhavena dadaha. Number 6. Yadatu Raja Sasutan Asadhun Pushnan na dharmena vinashta drishtihi bhratuhu yavishtasya sutan vibandhune pravesya laksha bhavane dadaha. This is a very important thing that happened. And here Sukha was talking about when did Vidura actually leave to go to the forest. Because a good soul, a noble soul, a Godward-bound soul will not live amongst atrocities and violence and adharma and all that. They will remove themselves from that place. This is a very key thing, okay? And every sannyasi, everybody you'll find, they would not be part and parcel of where all these atrocities, adharma and all taking place. They will be away from it. So Vidura could have left at this point. At what point? Yada went to, certainly, Raja Vinashta Drishtihi. Now, Vinashta Drishtihi. Drishtihi means vision. Vinashta means without. So the blinded, the blind Raja, Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra means, the etymological meaning of that word is very important. We all think Dhritarashtra was the father of 100 sons and a daughter, and then wife's name was Gandhari and all this. He was blind. No. It applies to each one of us actually. Dhritarashtra means one who's blind. In what way is he blind? One who considers things that don't belong to him as if they belong to him. Okay, that's the meaning of Dhritarashtra. So Vinashta Drishtihi, without the power or ability of vision, this Raja, Dhritarashtra, Swasutan Asadhune. Now, Swasutan, his own children, Asadhune, when they were engaging themselves in adharmic act, not sadhu. Sadhu means good and noble. Asadhu means cruel, violent activities. Pushnanne, he was nourishing them. Na dharmena, that means they were never on the dharmic path. He was always, Dhritarashtra was blind because he was blind to the cruelties and adharma being perpetuated by his own sons. He was infatuated in that relationship that they are my children, and so he was blind to all the cruelties and atrocities they were there. So na dharmena, they never followed any dharmic path. Pushtan, he was nourishing them that way. And Swasutan, Asadhun, all their cruel activities, Swasutan, their own children, Vinashta Drishtihi, he turned a blind eye. Okay? Bhratuhu Yavishtasya Bhratuhu, younger brother. Okay, who is Pandu in this case? Sutan, the children, the sons. Yavishtasya Bhratuhu Sutan, the sons of his younger brother Pandu. Now, Vibandhune, when these children, without the protection and the guardianship of their father, which means they lost their father. Father was no more. So Vibandhune, without the protection of their father, so what did he do? Pravesya Laksha Bhavane Dadaha. He allowed this Raja, this blind Raja, who was blind to the adharmic, cruel activities being done perpetuated by his own sons, because he was infatuated with them. He nourished them on the path of adharma, and when they made the sons of the Dhritarashtra's younger brother Pandu, these sons without father, they allowed them, this Raja Dhritarashtra allowed them, Pravesya Laksha Bhavane. He allowed them to go and live and enter in the house made of lacquer, Arakka Malihai, as we call in Tamil. He allowed them, fully knowing very well the stratagem, the evil stratagem of his sons. And then this Laksha Bhavane Dadaha, and he allowed his sons to set this lacquer palace on fire. He not only knew of their evil stratagem, he allowed his children to send his younger brother's sons who were without father to go and live there, and he allowed his own sons to set fire to that palace. It is possible that Vidura may have left at that time. Is the implication here, okay? So then this tremendous jealousy is worse than cancer. And the Swami says many things, evil qualities can be corrected, whether it is kamam, krodham, moham, lobham, madham, all these can be done. But matsaryam, which is the jealousy and hatred, it is worse than cancer. Even Bhagavan himself cannot do anything about it. You have to take literally births after births after births after birth to cleanse it and get rid of it. So you have to be very careful not to even allow an iota of jealousy or hatred enter our life, because it's like a cancer. Once you allow it, it spreads so fast and so vast it becomes. It takes many births to come out of that. So we have to be very, very vigilant about it. And this is what happened to Kauravas, because Pandavas, when they were growing up together, and they were what we call cousins nowadays, right? Playing together and all that. But in every game, Pandavas excelled the Kauravas, whether it is swimming, archery, boxing, wrestling, doesn't matter. And not only that, Bhima, even though they were very young, he was naturally blessed with tremendous physical strength. Even though his body was puny, he was not a very fat person or anything like that. In fact, Vigodhara is one name given to Bhima. His stomach was such that it was extremely flat. Not only flat, it was actually caved in. And there was no bulging tummy or anything like that for Vigodhara, for Bhima. The meaning of Vigodhara for Bhima is that he was eternally always hungry, just like a fox would be, And so he was named that way. So very, very puny, not fat and all that, but he was extremely strong, very powerful, physically phenomenally strong. So he used to push all the Kaurava brothers into the pond and to the water and all this, and basically, all the children played. So this kind of a thing generated tremendous jealousy, and every competition the Pandavas won. So Duryodhana nurtured jealousy right from young age and hatred. So he wanted to finish off his cousins at whatever the cost may be. So he had, and when you have a bad company, as the Swami says, tell me your company, I will tell you who you are. It's as simple as that. Nobody is immune from this law. If I keep bad company, I become a bad person. If I keep evil company, I become an evil person. If I keep good company, I become a good person. Okay, because I manifest the goodness in me. Duryodhana's company was Sakuni, and Sakuni was full of evilness and crookedness and stratagems and all that. So, and he was advising Duryodhana. Duryodhana was in the Sakuni was his uncle, and maternal uncle, and he was under his command, control all the time. And so the stratagem was to, then there were other things that took place, which I won't go into detail. Stratagem was to now build a new palace for them in Indraprastha, and beautifully done, decorated and all that. And then he employed excellent architects and engineers and all that to build phenomenally well, beautifully it was built, phenomenally beautiful. And then Duryodhana spoke to his father in a very nice way, father, our brothers, they don't have their father, so why don't they go live nicely in this huge palace there, and they'll be very comfortable and all this, And Dhritarashtra fully knew what his son was up to, and still he allowed them. And this house was built by Duryodhana's architect and engineers. So they used construction materials that were highly flammable. No different from the houses we all live today, okay? We all live in wooden houses, but similarly, highly flammable materials were used in constructing this house, in this big palace. And then Duryodhana also engaged a watchman who was his own spy, and he put the watchman to take care of the house and attend to the needs of the Pandavas. Pandavas were very young then. I mean, they were already in their teens, hardly in their teens. And so when they sent, Dhritarashtra sent them to this place. Vidura also accompanied them as they were going to the new palace, and now followed by Duryodhana's people, right? There were spies all around the place. So Vidura could not talk openly. He was suspected. He knew what was happening. So as Vidura and the Pancha Pandavas were walking, Vidura kept close company with them, and he conveyed the message that this house is built of inflammable material, and the strategy of Duryodhana is to set fire to this palace and thereby kill everyone. The Pandavas and Kunti and everyone gets killed in a big fire. And this message, these 2 points, and then the third point Vidura said, so take care, be very careful, always be very careful, ABC, always be careful. So those are the 3 points he said. First is, this house is made of flammable materials. Second is, the stratagem of Duryodhana is to set fire to this place. And third is, be very careful. Then he also said that the watchman, chief attendant who has been assigned to you is all Duryodhana's spies and all that. All this message were not conveyed verbally. This is very important to know in this story. As they were walking, Vidura was conveying the message in an indirect way, without saying bluntly, okay? If, for example, he would say a person who's concerned about his welfare must be very watchful, like that he was building. So Yudhishthira understood the message, and outwardly they were smiling. Then Yudhishthira passed it on to his brothers, and then to their mother Kunti, and everybody was internally extremely worried. Because what is this? We're going to a house that's going to be put on fire, and we don't even know when they're going to do it. And so then the Pandavas, the Vidura sent some helpers to them very discreetly. With their help, they dug a tunnel, going from an escape tunnel from the palace itself, taking them out. Very interestingly, recently I read, I believe this is in Bihar or one of those places, that this tunnel has been discovered by the Indian Archaeological Society. Only very recently I read this, photographs, and so they've asked for the government to permit them to further explore this. So that permission has been granted. So I was very happy to read this, in fact. So the tunnel is actually there. So then the next thing was the Panchapandavas were kept phenomenal vigilance among themselves because they didn't know who to trust, and they were keeping a specific eye on the watchman. And when that indications came that they were preparing to do something after a few days or a couple of weeks or what, a few days, weeks or whatever, whenever it happened, they were so vigilant. They could see that there were some additional movements and things were going on. That night, immediately, the Panchapandavas and Kunti, they went through the tunnel and they escaped. Then that's the night when that palace was put on fire. So this is the story very briefly on what happened here. So Sukha Muni narrates this incident and says it is possible that Vidura may have left the kingdom to go to the forest as a hermit at this time. Yadatu Raja Swasutan Asadhur Pushnan na Dharmena Vinashta Drishtihi Bhratuhu Yavishtasya Sutan Vibandhune Pravesya Laksha Bhavane Dadaha. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Santi Santi Santi. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.